At the Bellar Bay Club in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and into this century, if you saw someone wearing a pair of plaid Bermuda shorts with a pair of Jack Purcell tennis shoes, drinking a cup of coffee, smoking a cigarette, working on a crossword puzzle, and carrying an old wooden paddle, that could mean only one thing. Ron Garver was ready to play paddle tennis. Okay, I'm obviously not Ron Garver, but we thought we'd try to recreate that unique and unmistakable Ron Garver look. For those of you who knew Ron, this is a little walk down memory lane. For those of you who did not know Ron, and probably most of you didn't, and have asked the question, who was Ron Garver? Well, this is a chance to get a little history and a feel and a flavor for the special person for whom this tournament is named. So who was Ron Garver? Well, he was a longtime member of the club, a past president, and a devoted and very accomplished paddle tennis player. How accomplished? I think it's safe to say that no one probably won more championships and tournaments at the Bellar Bay Club than Ron Garver did. And his level of excellence spanned over 4 decades. And if you don't believe me, check out some past issues of Splashes. Whenever it lists tournament results, no matter what decade you're looking at, it reads like the Ron Garver Gazette. So, what was Ron's game like? It was a bit unorthodox, like the ping pong grip he used, and he did use a ping pong grip. But do not let that fool you, because he had the complete repertoire of shots. Dinks, lobs, soft returns, change of pace, and steady volleys were all a part of Ron's game. But the best part of Ron's game, between the ears, it was his mind. You'd be hard-pressed to find a smarter player than Ron. He just simply didn't make many mental mistakes. Case in point, the out ball. It seemed like he never took an out ball. You could probably count the number of people on one hand who ever saw him take an out ball. It was uncanny how if he was coming to net or at net, he would know exactly what balls to let go. I mean, even if they were a quarter of an inch out, he just knew. And whenever you'd ask him how he had this incredible knack for not taking out balls, he'd just look at you and grin and smile and say, I just haven't found a better way to improve on an out ball. As the game evolved, as wooden paddles became fiberglass and then composite, as canvas tennis shoes became Air Nikes, there was Ron, still playing with his wooden paddle and still playing in his Jack Purcell tennis shoes, and still with plenty of game, able to compete effectively with anyone. Now, Ron liked to compete, but more than anything, he just enjoyed playing the game. And he would play with anyone and everyone. Even at the height of his game, he'd be more than happy to play with you, no matter what ability level that you were. And if you were fortunate enough to play with him or against him, take some notes, because you could always learn a few things from the Yoda of paddle tennis. In fact, on several occasions, he even used to play with a young John Buckingham.
Hey, I'm no John Buckingham.
You're darn right he's not. But you got to admit, he's not bad looking. But what's up with that outfit?
It was the 70s.
The 70s. What would you know about the 70s? You weren't even born yet.
Well, you'd know. Hopefully.
Ron's favorite part about playing paddle tennis was just coming down here on Saturday and Sunday mornings and waiting for a basic pickup game, which did happen in the day. Ron would always be the first to arrive, getting here very early so he could have a few cups of coffee and smoke a couple of cigarettes and work on his crossword puzzle. Then once everybody gathered, they'd just spin paddles to determine partners and have at it. And so that's the spirit behind the Ron Garver tournament. Though instead of spinning paddles to determine your partner, we do so by way of a blind random draw, which everybody gets to witness. And we also do it over a cocktail party, which is another thing Ron enjoyed. He liked to have the occasional gin on the rocks. Now, once the teams are determined, they are then handicapped with the use of bisque in order to try to level the playing field. There are 2 divisions, and the winners of each division get their name on this very unique Ron Garver plaque. And in case you're wondering, this is Ron's actual paddle, given to us by his family. And there's also another place on the plaque for sportsmanship award winners, because sportsmanship was something Ron embodies as well. So come tomorrow, play hard, play smart. Above all else, enjoy yourself and have fun, because I can promise you this, that is just the way Ron Garver would have won it. Good luck.